Me and Johnny Wilson went to town. Me and Johnny Wilson went to town. Me and Johnny Wilson went to town. We took a barrel of moonshine down. Hoop did break, the barrel did swell. Hoop did break, the barrel did swell. Hoop did break, the barrel did swell. Killed John Wilson dead as well. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk. Went to the hen house just the other day, just to see if the hens had laid. There was a rooster strutting along, and afore my Lord he's singing this song. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk. All you folks, you better run. Here comes Johnny carrying a gun. Johnny won't run, Johnny won't talk. Johnny can't run, but he sure can walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk. Look what you have done for me. You spurted water all over me. Grabbed to a feller and said to him, pull me out for I can't swim. Crowd all shouted, let him drown. The darned old fool from a one-horse town. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk, walk. Walk Johnny Wilson, walk. I'm a father of 14 kids. Don't laugh when I say it. Yeah, I've got nine kids living, and I've got 5 dead. Had a pretty hard time through my life, trying to raise a family, which I've raised a pretty fair family, which I'm proud of. I worked through community actions over at Beaver, Kentucky. Pretty well keeps me busy, which I delight. Anything I can do to help working with poor people. Come all of you young people, a story I will tell. A fate of Floyd Collins, a lad we all knew well. His face was fair and handsome, his heart was true and brave. His body now is a-sleepin' in a lonely sandstone cave. How sad was the story, it fills her eyes with tears. In memory true it will linger for a many a year. A broken-hearted father who tried his boy to save will now weep tears of sorrow at the door of Floyd's cave. Oh, mother, don't you worry, dear father, don't be sad. I will tell you all my troubles and an awful dream I had. I dreamed that I was a prisoner, my life could not be saved. I cried, oh, must I perish within this silent cave? It was on that fatal morning when the sun rose in the sky. The workers ceased their digging, they bid him by and by. But oh, how sad was the ending, his life they could not save. His body now is a-sleepin' in a lonely sandstone cave. It was on that fatal morning when the sun rose in the sky. The workers ceased their digging, they bid him by and by. Young people, all take warning, it's just for you and I. It may not be like Collins, but you and I must die. It may not be the lone sand cave in which we find our doom. Soon after life and judgment, us two must meet our doom. Went down in Georgia to the county fair. The birds and the monkeys and the lions were there. The lion broke loose and started through the crowd, and I couldn't help from a holler out loud. I felt runnish. Tore my britches over a barbed wire fence. Went down to Florida to get rich quick. I bought me a lot and a load of brick. Got scared of the snakes and the alligators, so I decided to come back later. I don't like snakes. I'd rather die poor, live a long time. Got me a wife about 5 years ago. We got one kid. He's just about 4. Gets up at the table and he slaps his maw, rubs glass of my says, ain't you my paw? Runs string beans at my nose. Sticks potatoes in my ears. Rubs mustard in my eyes. Mama in the pantry preparing the yeast. Sister in the kitchen fixing for the feast. Papa in the cellar mixing up the hop. Brother at the window watching for the cops. Drinking homebrew. He'll make you drunk if you don't bust. Up in the mountain at a liquor still, back in the mountain in the Blue Ridge Hill. I liked the steel and I liked the juice, but I didn't like the cops who cut it to loose. I jumped valleys, run over speed cops, dodge cannonballs. Up in the corner at the white folks' yard, up in the corner by a bucket of lard. I greased my feet a little hog-eyed lard went slipping up and down the white folks' yard hunting the cook. She give me lashes, pies and cornbread. Went a possum hunting the other night. It was all for dark and I lost my light. Dog treed something way down in the flat. Thought it was a possum, but it must have been a cat. I lost my job. My wife run me off. Had to bury my clothes. They ain't no use me working so hard, 'cause I got a woman in a white folks' yard. When she killed a church chicken, she saves me the wing. She thinks I'm working, but I ain't doing a thing. I'm loafing the streets, having a good time, thinking about her and 2 more women. Poor little turtle dove sitting in the pine, mourning for his own true love like I mourn for mine. Not gonna marry in the fall of the year, gonna marry in the spring. I'm gonna marry a pretty little girl that wears that silver ring. Get up on the mountain, give my horn a blow. Oh, way down in the valley, I hear that rooster crow. Daddy had an old gray mare, he rode her off to town. Sold her for a new 10 cents, I got a nickel down. Not gonna marry in the spring of the year, gonna marry in the fall. I'm gonna marry a pretty little girl, wears that yellow shawl. Went up on the mountain to get me a sack of corn. The raccoon carried his tail around, the possum broke his horn. I've got the cogs in the pen, the corn to feed 'em on. All I want is a pretty little girl to feed them when I'm gone. Hey, maize and grace, how sweet they sound that saved a wretch like me. That saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear. 'Twas grace that's brought my heart to fear, and grace my fear relieved, and grace my fear relieved. How precious did the grace appear, how precious did the grace appear, the hour I first believed, the hour I first believed. Through many danger, toil and snare, through many danger, toil and snare, I have already come. I have already called me here below. They Lord, that's cold me here below will be forever mine, will be forever mine. When we've been there 10,000 years, when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, bright shining as the sun. We're no less days to sing God's praise. We're no less days to sing God's praise. And when it first begun, that's when it first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet it sounds. Amazing grace, how sweet they sound. That saved a wretch like me. That saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Been in the pages and I've been in love. Used to fly high like a turtle dove. Had the blues of many a time. Was just a woman on a poor man's mind. I got the morning blues. Oh, so bad. Honey, come and get me. It's the worst I've ever had. Ashes to ash, flow dust to dust. So show me a woman that a man can trust. Nickels worth the grease and the dimes worth the lard. I would buy more, but the times ain't so hard. I got the morning blues. Oh, so bad. Honey, come and get me. It's the worst I've ever had. Ain't no use of me working so hard. I've got a woman in the white folks' yard. She bring me chicken and she bring me cake. Just sort of seed me lick at plate. Pick up a biscuit that it wouldn't chop. Make a feller's lips go flippity flop. I got the morning blues. Oh, so bad. Honey, come and get me. It's the worst I've ever had. Look at that fella right over there. Got blue eyes and he's got black hair. Talking to his sweetheart, she looks so neat. Calls her honey and she calls him sweet. I got the morning blues. Oh, so bad. Honey, come and get me. It's the worst I've ever had. Look at that fella right over yonder. Looks just like he wants to ponder. Look at that hair all around his mouth like a swallowed mule. Left his tail hanging out. I got the morning blues. Oh, so bad. Honey, come and get me. It's the worst I've ever had. As I was walking down the street, pretty little maid changed to me. As she tripped, oh, she looked so sweet, I couldn't help but say, excuse me, maid, you look so sweet, I couldn't pass you by. You've got my heart, so take my arm, or I will surely die. Pretty little dear, she lives in town. Her daddy is a butcher and his name is Brown. Tell you boys how sweet it sounds. She's a girl for me. Took my arm and off we walked. Side by side we chatted and talked. Took her home and then she walked, but she wouldn't let me go. Got her and took her to her pa and her ma and her brothers and the sister so fine. Her sister is a beauty, but you can't compare with that little dear of mine. She's a pretty little dear, she lives in town. Daddy is a butcher and his name is Brown. Tell you boys how sweet it sounds. She's a girl for me. We're gonna get married tomorrow night. I asked her dad and he said alright. Felt so jolly that I thought I'd get tight, but I feared it wouldn't do. He's rich old gent, he owns the country, he owns half of the town. He's gonna give me a house and a lot along with Betsy Brown. She's a pretty little dear, she lives in town. Her daddy is a butcher and his name is Brown. Tell you boys how sweet it sounds. She's a girl for me. Tell all you maidens, just if you choose a man, take one who is ancient, get a young one if you can. For an old man he is old, for an old man he is gray. A young man's heart is full of love, get away, old man, get away. I'd rather marry a young man with his pockets lined with silk as I marry an old man with 100 cows to milk. For an old man he is old, for an old man he is gray. A young man's heart is full of love, get away, old man, get away. I'd rather marry a young man with an apple in his hand than to marry an old man with 100 acres of land. For an old man he is old, for an old man he is gray. A young man's heart is full of love, get away, old man, get away. I'd never marry no man who's got the rheumatiz. You've got to rub his limbs and joints, and if that ain't work, what is? For an old man he is old, for an old man he is gray. A young man's heart is full of love, get away, old man, get away. Old Andover was a fine old fellow, but he was play corn with a nigger and a tenor. How do we eat old Andover? How do we eat old Andover? How do we eat old Andover? Come too late to get your supper. He's gonna shave and rattle like a horn, gonna shave old folks when the water gets warm. How do we eat old and tucker? How do we eat old and tucker? Come too late to get your supper. Got a towel by the tail and the sow did squeal and the pig did squall and the old and tucker got ever it all. How do we eat old and tucker? How do we eat old and tucker? How do we eat old and tucker? Come too late to get your supper. He's gonna shave and rattle like a horn, gonna shave old folks when the water gets warm. How the way it's old and tucker, how the way it's old and tucker, how the way it's old and tucker, come too late to get your supper. Old and tucker was a fine old man, washed his face in the frying pan, combed his head with a wagon wheel, died with a toothache in his heel. How the way it's old and tucker, how the way it's old and tucker, how the way it's old and tucker, come too late to get your supper. Old and tucker went to town, he got drunk, fell in the fart and kicked up a chunk. Got fart all in his shoe. Good God Almighty, how the graybeard flew. How the way it's old and tucker, how the way it's old and tucker, how the way it's old and tucker, come too late to get your supper. Once 'twas a bachelor and I lived by myself. All the bread and cheese had to put 'em on the shelf. Couldn't keep nothing for the rats and the mice, and I swore by gosh I'd get me a wife. From a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Fair brattle to my long ways home. I went to London to get me a wife. The road was rough and the street was snar, and I had to bring her back on an old wheel bar. Sing a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Fair brattle to my long ways home. Wheelbar broke and my wife caught a fall. Down went the wheelbar, wife and all. Sing a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. I swapped my wheelbar and got me a horse, and then I rode from across to across, from a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. Swapped my horse and I got me a mule, and then I rode just like a fool, from a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. Swapped my mule and I got me a cow, and in that trade I learned just how. From a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. Swapped my cow and I got me a calf, and in that trade I lost just half. From a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. Swapped my calf and I got me a hen, and boy, what a pretty thing I had then. From a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. Swapped my hen and I got me a rat, and I put it in a haystack away from the cat. From a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. Swapped my rat and I got me a mole, and the doggone thing went straight to its hole. From a wee wong waddle to my jackstraw saddle to my Johnny Bear prattle to my long ways home. In Scarlet Town, where I was born. There was a fair maid dwelling, made every youth strive far away. Her name was Barbara Ellen. All in the merry month of May, when the buds begin to swelling, sweet William come from the eastern states and courted Barbara Ellen. All in the blooming month of June, where all things were a-blooming, sweet William on his deathbed lay for the love of Barbara Ellen. There came a servant to the town where Barbary was a-dwelling. My master's sick and he sent for you, if your name is Barbara Ellen. Oh, quiet and slowly she got up. She slowly went to nigh him. The very best word she said to him, young man, I think you're dying. Oh, yes, I'm sick, I'm very sick, and death is on me dwelling. No better I'll never be, 'cause I can't get Barbara Ellen. Do you remember in yonder's town, when you round your tables drinking, you drink your health to the ladies all around, and you slighted Barbara Ellen? Yes, I remember in yonder's town, when around my tables drinking, I drink my health to the ladies all around, but my heart for Barbara Ellen. She looked to the east, she looked to the west, she saw his corpse a-coming. Lay down, you corpse of clay, that I may gaze upon him. The more she looked, the more she mourned. She fell to the ground a-crying, oh, pick me up and carry me home, for I am slowly dying. Oh, Father, go fix my grave. Go dig it long and narrow, for William died for pure love, and I shall die for sorrow. Oh, mother, go fix my bed. Go fix it long and narrow, for William died for me today. I'll die for him tomorrow. They buried her in the old churchyard. They buried sweet William nigh her. On William's grave grew a red rose. On Barbara's grew a green briar. It grew to the top of the old church door and couldn't grow no higher. They lapped and tied in a true love knot the rose around the green briar. Come, all you moonshiners, if you want to hear about the kind of booze that they sell around here. Made a way back in top of them hills, where there's plenty of moonshine still. Well, they don't give a darn for your false wet law and your provision, the old scarecrow, made out of buckeye, potash, and corn, and was bottled up in some barn. One drop will make a rabbit whip a bulldog. Taste will make a rat whip a wild hog. Make a mouse bite off a tomcat's tail. Make a tadpole raise up with a whale. Make a prize bite off an elephant snout. Make a poodle dog take a tiger around. Make a toad spit in a black snake's face. Make a hard shell preacher to fall from grace. Then we will lay down with our wives after drinking that old moonshine. Throw back your hand and take a little drink, and for a week you won't be able to think. Then you'll take it just another little bit, then get ready to throw a fit. Locked up in some jailhouse tied, or out on the street or trying to raise a fight. Then you're getting awfully sick and feel worse than the very old heck. Swear that you never would drink it anymore, but you said that 100 times before. And the moon blackers are getting mighty slick, and the bootleggers are getting mighty slick. To keep on that we'll have to work, to keep from selling to each other, I declare. Come all of you young people, a story you must know about a girl named Polly and a boy named Jack Monroe. Oh, a boy named Jack Monroe. They fell in love so madly and named their wedding day. They made a vow that nothing could take their love away. Oh, to take their love away. But the parents, they got angry and said they must obey. They give $10,000 to carry Jack away. Oh, to carry Jack away. Jack, he said to sailing, sailing over the sea. Jack, he said to sailing for the land of Okorie. Oh, to the land of Okorie. Molly went down to the captain, 10,000 in her hand. Says, oh, please, Captain, take me to the far old land. Oh, take me to the far old land. Your body is too slender, your fingers are too small, your cheeks too red and rosy to face a cannonball. Oh, to face a cannonball. My body may be slender, my fingers may be small, but it wouldn't change my countenance to see 10,000 fall. Oh, to see 10,000 fall. Molly set to sailing, sailing over the sea. Molly set to sailing for the land of Okorie. Oh, the land of Okorie. Molly set to searching, searching over the land. Among the dead and dying, she found her darling man. Oh, she found her darling man. This couple, they got married, married over the sea. This couple, they got married, and why not you and me? Oh, why not you and me? As I was sailing out on the ocean many miles away from my land, where there I discovered a pretty green island, I anchored my ship and I walked on the sand. The birds, they were singing so sweetly, as they sang to say, your true love is just over the mountain, oh, why not go and see her today? My true love may be your a stranger, for we have never met. She be a rose of this green island, she be a love that I'll never forget. I met my true love just over the mountain, she gave my heart a thrill. Forever I'll be on this green island and be with my rose up the hill. Said, I think I own a great reward for not owning a union card. I never grumbled, I never struck, I never messed with this union stuff. Said, now I'm on my way to win, so open St. Peter and let me in. St. Peter said with a glimmer in his eye, said, who attends this gate, you or I? St. Peter rose in his statue tall, and he pressed a button upon the wall. And he said to the imp that answered the bell, said, score this scab around to hell. Placed his seat on a red-hot griddle near the middle of the throne. Said, phew, what a smell. He said, go back to you operators and tell that Satan can't stand the scent of a cooking scab in hell. When Moses and the Israelites from Egypt they did flee, behind them was a proud Pharaoh host, in front of them the sea. God raised the waters like a wall and opened up their way, for God had reigned in Moses' time, he's just the same today. They put old Daniel in the lion's den, they put him there to stay. God shut the lion's jaw, we read, and robbed them of their prey. God shut the lion's jaw, we read, and robbed them of their prey. For God did reign in Daniel's time, he's just the same today. When David and Goliath met, the wrong against the right, the giant with the human power, and David with God's might, and David with God's sling of stone, and lo, the giant did lay, for God did reign in David's time, he's just the same today. When Pentecost had fully come, the fire from heaven did fall, the Holy Ghost to the mighty wind baptized them one and all. 10,000 souls converted then were sold right away, for God did reign at Pentecost, he's just the same today. Some folks say that a fool won't run. Now let me tell you what a Henry done. Left Louisville about 1:30, rolled Ashton, Virginia at the setting of the sun. Dixie, on the Dixie Bay line, go rhyme and shine, go pay up your dime. Rhyme and shine, go pay up your dime when you're riding the Henry line. Everybody knows the Henry Ford car. Everybody knows they're the best they are. You want to get a ride, just get in a Ford and sit right down, sing, oh my Lord. Dixie, on the Dixie Bay line, go rhyme and shine, go pay up your dime. Rhyme and shine, go pay up your dime when you ride in the Henry line. Went up on the mountain for to get some booze. Henry Ford car with the one I choose. Officers got right on me, I say, and I threw the wide open man, made me get away. Dixie, on the Dixie Bay line, go rhyme and shine, go pay up your dime. Rhyme and shine, go pay up your dime when you ride in the Henry line. Old Bill Moser rode a horse till the old horse died one day. Then he tried to buy a Ford, but the dough he couldn't pay. He went and stood the rent man off, and he made a payment down. He was proud of the setting hen as he drove it around the town. Old Bill Moser nursed his Ford like a baby 2 weeks old. Even wrapped it up at night for fear it might take cold. And if you asked him for a ride, he'd never take a chance. Before you ever got aboard, you would have to dust your pants. He started home from work one day, driving his Ford along, making 14 miles an hour with his engine singing a song. Beat Matthew Ford came up behind, and as he turned the curve, he hit Bill Moser in the rear and bursted up his nerve. It almost broke Bill Moser's heart to see his Ford bent up. Said that darn thing looked just like the Ching Ching's drinking cup. Turned and looked at Matthew's face, and the words came fast and hot. I could repeat just what he said, but I guess I'd better not. Now Bill's working night and day to pay the rent man off. Ford looked like cast in and blue, then the engine's got a call. With an old flat tire and a baling wire and a piece of hickory board, there's all there is, there ain't no more a full Bill Moser's Ford. There was an old soldier and he had a wooden leg. He had no tobacco, but tobacco he could beg. Another old soldier, as sly as a fox, he always had tobacco in his own tobacco box. Said the old soldier, won't you give me a chew? Said the other old soldier, I'll be hanged if I do. Save up your pennies and stack away your oats, and you'll always have tobacco in your own tobacco box. Was an old hen and she had a wooden foot. She built her a nest by a mulberry root. She laid more eggs than any hen was on the farm. Another wooden foot wouldn't do her any harm. There was an old soldier by the name of Crockett. He put his false teeth in his hip pocket. He took his horse, started to town. The darn teeth bit him when he sat down. The two old soldier people thought they died. Everyone was there, then everybody cried. Took 'em to the graveyard in a rubber-tarred hack, and upon my soul if they didn't walk back. Bright morning stars is rising. Bright morning stars is rising. Bright morning stars is rising. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, where is my dear father? Oh, where is my dear father? Oh, where is my dear father? Day is a breaking in my soul. He's down in the valley a praying. He's down in the valley a praying. He's down in the valley a praying. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, where is my dear mother? Oh, where is my dear mother? Oh, where is my dear mother? Day is a breaking in my soul. She's gone to heaven a shouting. She's gone to heaven a shouting. She's gone to heaven a shouting. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, where is my dear brother? Oh, where is my dear brother? Oh, where is my dear brother? Day is a breaking in my soul. He's gone to heaven and left me. He is gone to heaven and has left me. He's gone to heaven and left me. Day is a breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars is rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Day is a breaking in my soul. I was raised up by Christian parents. My father and mother was what they called a regular Baptist. And we used to sit at night after all the work was over. We'd sit maybe and sing for these old Baptist songs, church songs for maybe 10 or 11 o'clock in the night. That was really sweet heaven to me at that time. You could get out now and start the same thing. They'd have the law, and you'd say they're disturbing the neighborhood. I'm just from Noble Town, I've traveled this wide world round. I've had the ups and downs through life, but better days I saw. Oh, never knew what misery was till I come to Arkansas. I landed in the spring one Thursday afternoon. Up stepped a walking skeleton and handed me his paw. Invited me to his hotel, the best in Arkansas. I followed my conductor and then the fairly said, and father took his pictures in his melancholy face. His bread was corn dodger, his beef I couldn't show. That was the kind of a hash I got in the state of Arkansas. I started out next morning to catch the early train. He said, you better work for me, I have some land to grain. I'll give you 50 cents a day, your board and wash and all. Indeed, you'll be a different man when you leave old Arkansas. He fed me on corn dodger as hard as any rock. My teeth began to loosen and my knees began to knock. I got so thin on sassafras I could hide behind a straw. So indeed I was a different man when I left old Arkansas. I worked 6 months for the son of a gun, young Pharaoh was his name. He was 6 feet 2.5 feet tall as any crane. His hair hung down and wrinkly all round his leathern jaw. Indeed he was a photograph in the state of Arkansas. If ever I see that land again, I'll hand to him my pole, and let's look through a telescope from hell to Arkansas. I'm just from Noble Town, I've traveled this wide world round. I've had the ups and downs through life, but better days I saw. Oh, never knew what misery was till I come to old Arkansas. It's early out one morning, boys, just after shower of rain. They handcuffed me to my buddy boys and put me on a train. Got the cold penitentiary blues, little girl, got the cold penitentiary blues. That judge has passed my sentence at last, got the cold penitentiary blues. They took me down to the station house, the train come rolling by. I thought I saw that dear little girl hang down her head and cry. Got the cold penitentiary blues, little girl, got the cold penitentiary blues. That judge has passed my sentence at last, got the cold penitentiary blues. They took me down to Frankfort town, then shoved me through the gate. That judge told me to be better, boy, but I'm feared I'm almost too late. Got the cold penitentiary blues, little girl, got the cold penitentiary blues. That judge has passed my sentence at last, got the cold penitentiary blues. Get on your knee pad and safety toes. We're going to the coal mine where the coal is low. Riding on a lizard in 30-inch coal, the cable sparkling. Watch a little wheels roll. Now, Lord, have mercy on a miner's soul. Down on your poor knees in 30-inch coal. Boy, it is tough. I've tried it. I know all about it. Temper up that heading. Set the wedges tight, or your wife and your children won't see you tonight. Scatter up a little rock dust, spread a little bit more, for we're going to the coal mine where the coal is low. Riding on a lizard in 30-inch coal, with your cable sparkling, watch a little wheels roll. Now, Lord, have mercy on a miner's soul, down on your poor knees and 30-inch coal. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on and gone on, gone on. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on and left him looking up a tree. Ever get to heaven, better get on the square, slipping up and sliding down the golden stairs. Ever get to heaven, you better make room for old Uncle Lee fetching the coon. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on, gone on and gone on. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on and left him looking up a tree. Old Uncle Lee was a good old soul, washed his face in the butter bowl, busted his head on the mantelpiece, and he had to ride backwards in a bucket of grease. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on, gone on, gone on. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on and left him looking up a tree. Ever get to heaven, let's get on the square, slipping and sliding down the golden stairs. Ever get to heaven, you better make room for old Uncle Lee fetching the coon. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on, gone on and gone on. Uncle Lee's got the coon and gone on and left him looking up a tree.